Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dora and this video is all about the small little things you can do for yourself while you're out and about, either with or without your children, so that by the time you walk back through your front door, you feel super recharged and ready to go and get stuff done. So my first suggestion would be to check in with yourself. Where are you at right now emotionally, especially when it comes to your home? Just spend a little bit of time feeling, breathing into your body, regardless of where you are. And you might find that this is a lot easier to do it outside rather than trying to do this at home. It can feel a little bit daunting. Like, a lot of us get cabin fever while we're at home. A lot of us are trying to escape the mess. A lot of us are dealing with a lot of negative thoughts in our heads, and it can be easier to escape all of that while we're out and about, distracted. And you can do this while you're walking around, running errands, or maybe you're sitting on a bench in the park, at the playground, that kind of thing. It really doesn't matter. Just check in with yourself, do some deep and soothing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and just notice how you feel. What kind of ickiness is there when you think about your home? And make space for that. I think that so many of us were emotionally bypassed, especially when we were younger. We were told that, don't cry, don't be angry, or it's not safe for you to be in a bad mood around here, that kind of thing. And we often feel like we need to push our negative emotions away. And I feel like that doubles up on the negative emotion, because not only are we having a challenging emotion, which, by the way, is completely natural to have, but now we're also dealing with the shame and the guilt of having that emotion in the first place. So let's make space for that ickiness first and foremost. And you might want to put that feeling into an actual affirmation. And I love these type of EFT tapping affirmations because they don't bypass the difficult feeling. They actually give space for it. So I'm going to insert a slide now so you can see the sort of template sentence. Maybe take a screen grab of it so you've got it on your phone, wherever you are, and then insert your own tricky feeling right there. It might sound something like, even though I feel ashamed that my home is such a mess, I completely forgive, love, and approve of myself. Or it might sound something like, even though I feel guilty for relaxing while my partner is working from home, I completely forgive, love, and approve of myself. Or you might not even know what's at the bottom of it, so it might sound something like this. Even though I feel uncomfortable in my own home, I completely forgive, love, and approve of myself. And you can use that type of sentence as a bit of a mantra. So every time that challenging emotion arises while you're out and about, or maybe even once you're back home as well, bring that sentence back up. Make space for that difficult feeling. Allow it to be present. You're not a bad person for having a bad emotion. I wanted to give a special shout out to all of the mums within my Creative Mum Circle that I host online. And one of you submitted the idea for this specific video, so thank you so much. And to everyone watching this, keep the ideas coming. If you've got a special request for something relating to motherhood or creativity or self-care, just drop it in the comments, or you can send me a private message on Instagram at futuresoul, or send me an email, futuresoul@gmail.com. And I'm gonna try and incorporate that into a little video for all of you. Because chances are, in a room full of people, say you're attending a talk, there's always one person who asks a question where you're like, I'm so glad they asked that so I don't have to. So my second tip would be, once you've done your positive affirmation and you have given space to the difficult emotion, it might be a really nice idea to engage in some kind of meditation. Now again, you can do this while you're sitting down. Maybe you're in the park right now, or maybe you are doing a walking meditation. Walking meditations are so beautiful. No one says that you have to be in a room where there's nothing around you with beautiful healing sounds in the background, 1 hour of space, just you and your meditation cushion. That's not really that realistic for mums. So you can totally meditate while walking around, even in a cityscape, totally can. So wherever you are, and whether you're walking or not, please don't do this while you're driving. Focus on your breathing. Take some really soothing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then, because you're outside, use your 5 senses and use that to root you in the here and now. What kind of things can you see? Especially now, I mean, we're like, by the time you're watching this, it's probably around the summer solstice. So it's a beautiful time, like, bam, the start of summer. All these explosions of colors around us, that green from spring, those pinks and reds and purples and yellows and oranges from all the flowers around us, at least for us here in the Northern Hemisphere. What sounds are you hearing? Maybe you can hear the laughter from children in the playground, the wind brushing through the trees. What kind of sounds are you hearing? What kind of smells are there? Maybe you're smelling the summer rain. I love that smell, freshly cut grass. Maybe you're smelling the roses as you're walking past. What can you touch? Is there anything that you can touch? I mean, I love being a Taurus. I love touching plants. I think it's beautiful. I like energy that I can get. What can you taste? Maybe still a little bit of that coffee that you had about an hour ago. And every time you notice your mind wandering off again, don't judge yourself. Just say, okay, it's all right. I'm having that thought. But let's come back to the here and now. And now my third and final little thing you can do for yourself while you're out and about is to actually get rid of all of your mental clutter, all of those nagging little to-dos that are floating around in our head and where we're kind of like, oh, there's not enough time to get it all done and what should I do first and la la la, and it's super overwhelming. Dump that stuff in your phone. Just open a fresh note, dump in there anything that you can think of that you absolutely need or want to be doing today, this week, this month. What needs to happen so that you feel content? It doesn't matter what order it's in. None of it has to be categorized. Just dump every little small thing that you can think of in there, whether it's regarding you or your whole family. And then I'd like you to close your phone and come back and do task 1 and task 2 very briefly. So number 1, how are you feeling right now with regards to that list? Make space for that. Even though I feel totally overwhelmed by my crazy to-do list, I completely forgive, love, and approve of myself. Second, ground yourself in the here and now. What can you see? What can you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste? What can you feel? And now, from memory, and please promise, do not look at your list just yet again. Maybe never again, who knows? It's not important for this. Pick the one thing that has to happen today. Just the one thing. And remember, that doesn't need to be like a 2-3 hour massive task. You probably haven't got the time for that anyway. Maybe it's literally a 2-minute thing. You know what it is. What is the one thing that has to happen today that feels urgent? Note that in your head. Right. And now ask yourself, what is the one thing that I would like to do today? So this is just an option. Maybe a to-do that seems a little bit more exciting and fun. What is that going to be? Maybe it's, I want to read a chapter in my book. Maybe it's, I want to check out that podcast episode that my friend recommended to me. Maybe it's even doing the laundry. I kind of enjoy doing the laundry. So that's it. And now you're prepped. So now, by the time you get home, you've done amazing stuff for yourself. You have honored your emotions, where you're at completely. You have told yourself that you approve of yourself, that you forgive yourself, and that you love yourself, which is like honestly the best thing you can do for yourself at any given point. You have grounded yourself in the here and now. You have gotten rid of your mental clutter by dumping it into a list so it doesn't have the right to buzz around freely in your head anymore and distract you. And you have identified the 2 things you're gonna do by the time you get back. So good luck with all of this. I hope this has helped. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these tips resonate the most with you? What other ideas have you got that you might want to share with others? You know, I'm trying to use this as like a platform, as a community type thing. And then other than that, just the usual, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share this video with some of your mum friends who would benefit from this kind of stuff. And until I see you in my next video, have a lovely rest of your day. Take care. Bye bye.